I don't know what the that was.
Welcome back! And we are here in Wacky Workbench. And before anyone asks, I don't know what the hell happened in this section. I'm guessing there was a technical difficulty during the recording. It gets back to normal as shown. I hope everyone's had fun since last time and enjoyed the last part of the video. And now we continue on. Now here, where it tells us at the moment is where you get the trophy and achievement called, well, where you find the hidden statue. But obviously you need to go into the past, which I kind of failed at doing. But oh well. Just thought I'd point that out to you. Now in the meantime, going back to what we was talking, I'd like to talk about my, well, how I've bonded with some of the people in the Sonic show since I've touched on it last time, but no, I just feel that maybe I need to go in a bit more depth so everyone can get an understanding for, well, just how it is working with the guys. I mean, first I'm going to start off with the Canadian brothers, Fuad and Tanner, even though they're not related. Well, in blood that is. But both of them are just epic. As I said, I've gone with Canadians really well as Australians, but there's something about them that I just can, well, bond with, and it's hard to explain, I guess. Well, either way, talking to them is amazing. I love their personalities, and I love their opinions on things. I mean, Tanner has so many great theories on how some things, well, how some of the Sonic series has connected from, well, Sonic 4, Part 1 and Part 2 to Sonic 2 and 3, that kind of thing. And when he does more Let's Plays, I recommend you go and watch him and subscribe onto his channel because, well, like I said, he's an awesome person. And why the hell I've managed to go forward or back in time right now is beyond me. Seems pointless since that was the finish line. Oh well. Now, quickly move on to the next person. There's Jonathan, I know as Cobra Roll, who does outstanding videos, like reviews for First Figures statues, which I recommend watching if you're an avid Sonic statue collector. And just watch him, really. Subscribe to his channel, subscribe to the Sonic Show. The more views, the better. And, well, as a quick notice, this is one of the only stages where the robot teleporter will appear right at the very beginning. As Quadrant Quartz is one of the only stages, if not the only stage, where the Metal Sonic hologram is hiding right at the beginning as well. Other than that, they're all pretty much close to one another. Whilst we're in Wacky Workbench, I'll point out something. Whether it's true or not is debatable because I read this from the Sonic Wiki. Back when Sonic Generations was being coming to its final stages, and Sonic CD was released onto PlayStation Network and Xbox Live, apparently Takashi Inuzuka regretted not putting a Sonic stage in the, well, Sonic CD stage in the game as a playable stage because, well, I'm only going by what I've been read, but apparently Wacky Workbench had a unique, well, style to it, which would have made the game a lot more interesting. So, if it was added, I wouldn't mind, but I'm happy with how the game is, really. I'm just being picky, but Generations is a good game, but it seemed a bit short for my liking. A few more bosses and a few more stages I would have preferred, but you can't have everything. And if you've got everything, then there's no point in playing it, really. Sounds odd in saying it, but why would you want something that's perfect? Yeah. The only problem that I have with Wacky Workbench though is obviously, well, the floor. The spring-fed floor. Because it gets to a point where it's just like, I want to go straight, not bounce up and down and get stuck in the same part over and over and over again. Which in many a times you'll see happen, if not you already have. But so far so good. I'm not sure if we're going to get the time stone in this stage, at the rate we're going, but if we do then, happy days. If not, well, no we're not. So that's Wacky Workbench done. Next stop is the boss. And this boss disappoints me in a lot of ways. Because it uses the concept of the springy floor, but it doesn't develop on it. And when I mean it uses it and doesn't develop on it, you'll see soon enough. And obviously at the moment I'm just having a look around to see if there's any 1-ups that are lying around. Because I can safely say you can never have too many 1-ups. The more 1-ups you get the better, as well as continues. Never undermine them. You will need them. I mean, here you go. Pretty much Robotnik goes up into the ceiling. He drops 4 debris from this roof. You stand on one of them, and you jump up, and jump up in the next platform. And the interesting thing is that Tails can't. They make sure Tails can't fly back up in this because it's too high, no matter how little you fall them. So it may seem like it takes more hits, but it really only needs 4 at most. If you somehow fall through the floorboards and go down a level or 2, it resets how much damage, well, how many times you need to hit him. You know when you're defeated when you see the spikes fall down as well. It's basically saying that he's reached the ceiling and, well, he's stuck. And as you can see, like I said, 3 hits, well, 3 or 4 hits, he's done. Kind of disappointing. But if you notice, each stage has a theme for the bosses. Oh well. And next off, everyone's favourite CD stage, Stardust Speedway, which has the best, I feel, has one of the greatest soundtracks ever, and just well designed. So if I do stay quiet for the majority of this, I do apologise. I think everyone would prefer to listen to the music rather than listen to me yabber on. Now, an interesting mechanic about Stardust Speedway is the fact you can go in front of the background or behind it, simply by hitting those signposts with the blue spheres on. If you hit it and it comes forward, you're in front of the scenery. If you hit it and you see it goes behind the scenery, obviously you've gone behind it. And in some places, you need to be either behind it or in front of it. Another thing is, Stardust Speedway is pretty short, which is quite not disappointing, but slightly upsetting. Because it is really a great stage, and it's... And now we're on to Stardust Speedway Act 2. And, well, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut for this one, so everyone can enjoy the wonderful music of Speedway, okay? Well, we was fortunate to get a continue there, and now on to my favourite boss of the game. None other than Metal Sonic. Now if you look at the very beginning, which I'm going to show you, you can get a 1-up. So if you ever worry about dying, there's a free 1-up there for you. Now with Tails, you can simply just cheat in a sense by flying over any attacks that all can do, and just keeping to the upper levels. Now the best strategy I can recommend to anyone is let Metal Sonic go ahead of you, and then let him do his maximum overdrive. That way you can just take the lead and be safe. But don't leave it too long, because if you do, obviously when it gets to the end he will take advantage and completely destroy you. And somehow I won by the skin of my pixel teeth. By the tails that Tails has, I barely beat Metal Sonic. Sadly, I didn't get the the trophy for beating Metal Sonic without getting hit once, but then I've already got that one already, and also you can't get it with Tails. I'm just showing it is possible. Now, in Metallic Madness, I must say, Act 1 has the most nastiest location for springs. I dislike the spring locations. They just seem to be there in the way more than anything else. However, Act 1 is pretty short compared to Act 2, which is painstakingly long. I mean, I completed Act 1. Well, I've completed Act 1 in an average time of 50 seconds, and Act 2 takes about 2.5–3 minutes. See? It's very short. Probably just an epic foreshadowing what's yet to come. Now off to Act 2 of the final stage in CD. Now, after you beat Metal Sonic in Stardust Speedway, you don't have to worry about looking for Metal Sonic holograms, because they're non-existent here anymore. So you don't have to worry too much about it. It's just, in this part, you just look for the generators. If you get that, you're fine. And in Act 2, it's very easy to find. Act 1, I can't remember. But it's no biggie. But always take the left turn at that first junction. Reason being, loads of rings. And the teleporter. And it's the way you gotta go. And I just had a really cheap death. So everyone knows, this is going to be a slight repetitive habit, because let's just say I had a few problems with this stage at the time when I was recording, and we all know what happens when people have tech problems whilst recording. There's going to be lots and lots of deaths, which loads of people like, apparently. Also, them badniks, which only appear in this stage, they may be suicidal, but they're the most annoying you can ever come across. And I'm only going back up here to get the rings, that's all. I don't want to go and... Yep. Trying to... Let's see. Well, what else is there that I can talk to you guys about? Keeps you entertained. Other than that, other than asking how do you think of my performance so far? Really? Has it been been plausible? Has it been outstandingly awful? Or has it been bearable? Sorry, I got stopped called at that point, so I do apologise on my behalf. But nevertheless, let's continue on. Now obviously this stage introduces an interesting feature, which I don't believe any other Sonic game has. Which it means the introduction of chibis. Now that bit I just tried to get through there. Avoid going through that door. Unless you want to do 1.5 to 2 minutes worth of gameplay repeated over and over again. And again, I repeat, I hate them. I hate them badniks with all my passion. Now that's the start. So you know, what I was just on, you would need it for Sonic. Obviously, because your tails, you can just skip that. And dun dun dun. Speedy chibi Tails. Doesn't he look so adorable? It's like the baby version of Tails. I can just see it now. Loads of people are gonna be screaming, going, "Oh, he's so cute!" And no, I'm not gonna break my balls again just to make a really high-pitched girly voice. They're still recovering from last time. I won't say why. So, I'm just thinking, whilst we're at this point, I can tell you a few on my next project I plan to be doing. Which is, well, obviously a Let's Play, but it will be either of Sonic 3 or Sonic and Knuckles. If it's Sonic 3, then I'll be playing as Sonic and Tails. If it's Sonic and Knuckles, I'll be playing Knuckles. I would play Sonic and Knuckles, but I prefer to do them separately because people who just put them together just like, why? You get an extra boss and you get the super emeralds, that's about it. And besides, Sonic 3 had a lot of music that got kept away. Don't know, well, we all know why apparently, it's because of the whole Michael Jackson theory. Well, speculation. But that's nothing to worry about. We're now in Metallic Madness Act 3, attempting to do the final boss. So yeah, taking on Eggman in his final base. So far so good, and now the real challenge is trying to get past that little section here. Because even though with Tails you can fly, it's still a nightmare since it's all about timing. Which I'm clearly showing I don't have any of. But no, have no fear. We shall get through, and we shall be Eggman once and for all. To think we've come so far in such a short time. Wondrous things can happen. Now, this little section I think is more annoying than the final boss because those badniks can only be hit whilst they're fully... Well, their pixels are fully on display. not when they're flashing or not in the dark, which is really annoying, and I was very lucky for not dying there. And here we go, the final boss. Let us take Eggman and conquer him. Let's scramble that egg. Now there's two ways of doing this boss. Either you can do the reckless method, which I did, which is sacrificing getting hit once to take out his first section, instead of waiting forever for him to leave an opening. Or, you can wait till he gives yourself an opening to attack him without getting hit. Obviously I prefer the quicker way. And for some reason, whilst I'm looking at this, the pickles don't show, like some players. Who knows why. Look. Also, in the good future, these two lasers that you see on the side, which strangely appear in quite a few of the few bosses with Eggman, are not there. Obviously, I'm referring to bosses like the the first part of the boss in Act 2 of Flying Battery Zone, and the mini boss in Winged Fortress in Sonic 2, and so on and so forth. And well, here we are. Game completed. The little planet saved. Tails has done it alone. Now, whilst we're going through the credits, let's recap on what we've been through and share our experiences together. I mean, we've seen the good times and the bad times of this LP. Whether or not they've been all good or all bad, that's your decision to say, really. In my opinion, I feel this has been quite successful in a sense. There's no major disasters. A few setbacks though, however, with obviously time consuming, looking for generators and Mental Sonic holograms when I could have just sped on to finish the game. But, like I said, I wanted to try and show as much as I could of the game to you, rather than just go from start to finish without getting anything. Commentary wise, I hope you've enjoyed it and haven't got bored of me. If so, please do leave a message and tell me how I can improve. I'm more than happy to accept feedback from you all, because without you guys, I wouldn't know how to keep you entertained. If I can't keep you entertained, then what good is it for me to do an LP? But yeah. Now with Sonic CD done, I can, as I briefly mentioned earlier, I can tell you about some of my other Let's Play projects which I'm planning to do, which is Sonic 3. I'll be playing as Sonic and Tails, and my goal will be to get all the Chaos Emeralds, because I've played Sonic 3 a lot, and I know I can get them when I put my mind to it, so I'm going to stick to it. I have my word for that. Next up, Sonic 3, all Chaos Emeralds. And then after Sonic 3, if everything goes according to plan, I'll be doing Sonic and Knuckles, and I'll be playing as Knuckles, so we can see how Knuckles' story was. Because, well, I could play Sonic's story, but Sonic and Knuckles was Knuckles' debut as a playable character, and I want to make him shine, because, like I said, he's my favourite Sonic character out of the sidekicks, personally, and, well, he deserves more credit than he's given. Afterwards, however, is all up to you. If you have an idea of something you want me to do in Let's Play of Sonic-wise, please let me know. I'll be more than happy to listening, and if I've got, well, able to access the game, or do something like that, I shall do it for you. The most popular ones will be done. Now, I've pretty much ran out of things to say now, which is quite awkward, and quite a recurring factor in this, but let's be honest, like I said, it's my first LP. I haven't scripted anything out, so it's pretty much gift of the gab. I'm just saying what comes to mind. Yeah. And pretty much here we go. End of the credits. What is there left to show you? Not a lot. But let's see, what else can I can tell you about all the trophies and achievements that you can get in the game, and tell you where to get them, how to get them, and whatnot. But first I'm going to show you that I have completed Sonic CD in less than 25 minutes, with showing that Metallic Madness and Tidal Tempest were my least successful stages. Solely because obviously Tidal Tempest is a water stage, and Act 2 of Metallic Madness is time consuming. But there we go. Obviously, like I said, I'm doing all my Let's Plays on the PlayStation 3 because that's the only next-gen console I got, because, no offense, I don't count the Wii as a next-gen console, and also my capture card doesn't connect to it. So, out of luck there. Now, whilst we're here, I'll quickly recap against all the 12 trophies and achievements for you, so at least we can get that sorted. First one, 88 miles per hour, go back in time or in future time at least once, which we did. Next one, just one hug, let Amy hug you at the end of Stardust Speedway Act 3 when you save her. The third trophy, Paradise Found. Get a good future in Act 3 of any stage, which means you have to get the generators in both Act 1 and 2 of the same stage, like Palm Tree Panic. Next one is take the upper route in Collision Chaos Act 2. Sonic only. I'll repeat, all trophies and achievements are for Sonic only. Next up is King of Rings, collect 200 rings, which stands for itself really. Next up is Statue Savior. Find the hidden statue in Wacky Workbench, Act 1. Obviously, do it in the past because that's the only way you're going to get to it. Next up is Heavy Metal. Defeat Metal Sonic without taking a hit once. And after that, we've got all stages cleared. Finish the game, which is pretty straightforward. Next one is Treasure Hunter. Collect all those time stones. And remember, if you need any help, or you're stuck on trying to get time stones, use my advice. Wait here in the last 10 seconds or so of the special stage. If you know you can't complete it, pause the game, go to your menu, and restart back in that stage. Next up is Dr. Eggman just got served. Beat him. Just in time, beat Time Attack in less than 25 minutes, and Savior of the Planet. Destroy all robot teleporters and Metal Sonic holograms in the past. Well, this is it from me for now. So this is Luna EC64 signing off. Take care.